Sorry. Okay, I have a question about First Nations and that, and what happens if they don't want to go on board with this? Because most of our oil patch and everything else is on First Nation land.
So the worst thing that could happen is it could stay status quo for them, right? Because we can have independent nations, like Aboriginal independent nations, all around Alberta. So they could continue to be independent, just like they are now. That's the worst thing that could happen to them. What we have proposed in the value of freedom is quite a bit more. We're talking about revenue sharing, we're talking about all manner of things, increasing their payment by quite a bit. There's 150,000 Aboriginals in Alberta, and there's 4.4 million people. Okay, so just understand the dynamic there. So, voting members, voting people. So just understand that that's what's happening. So yeah, we're 100% on board with helping them out and making their situation better.
So I want to touch on this because Mitch and I were involved with a panel at the We Unify conference recently. I think there's something important to understand. It is relevant to bring those people on reservations out of poverty. Obviously, the federal government hasn't done a very good job of that, and they've created a culture of dependence with respect to many people who are First Nations. So what has been proposed is so much better for them if they would just consider it. And many people who are First Nations, and we've spoken to some chiefs, in fact, the original policy proposal was drafted by Jeff Rath, and constitutional lawyer who's dealt with Aboriginal affairs, and Lawrence Corderell, who is a First Nations chief. But here's the thing. I mean, you can say, I don't like the idea of two different citizens, okay? But what are we really talking about here? In a new Alberta, we solve the problem of economic disparity, meaning that many people who are Aboriginal don't pay taxes, right? All right, that frustrates a lot of non-Aboriginal people. It creates two citizens, it's unfair. By virtue of the fact of Alberta becoming a sovereign country, we're eliminating taxes. All right, now you have a level playing field with respect to taxation. They don't pay taxes, we don't pay taxes. Non-Aboriginals won't be paying taxes either. Second thing is, what is wrong with the single justice system, right? Same justice for everybody. Now the Aboriginals, they can have, just what they're doing now with certain things, but you have a common justice system. So you've leveled the playing field here as well. But the key thing is that any dollars that are used to help lift them out of poverty is transition. It's transitioning them to independence and to true equal citizenship. So think about it that way. Thank you.